I'm Professor Ritual. Welcome to the Retrospective. Today we are looking into year 86 regarding C64 games. As C64 celebrated its 4th birthday in 86, and yes, that is a birthday cake, all things were going for Commodore. The system was selling well, and users, boys and girls, were happy. C64 was pretty much dominating over other home computing systems. Many who had bought things like Spectra Video or Sinclair were already kicking themselves in the knee. Amiga was just about to be released, so it wouldn't affect C64 sales yet. As we saw in previous episode, we now had proper music routines and proper musicians in place. Programming side of things was getting along too, although innovation was still happening in isolation rather than across the board. But this is natural when we remember that programmers were working in isolation because internet didn't exist yet. One technical innovation that already was taking place in 86 was sprite multiplexing, a way to increase the number of sprites on the screen. Here we see side by side one of the first multiplexers in games and demos respectively. Although the screens look quite different, the underlying technique is the same. Hey, I landed that roundhouse spot on. Stay down, you red clone of me. With competition cleared out and technicalities sorted out, 86 was looking to be a great gaming year. A blue ocean to unleash creativity in. "1986 was almost identical to 85 regarding productivity. Roughly 10% of the total games were produced this year, so pretty productive year. Looking at Lemon 64's top games, we'll find 2 games made in 86, namely Ultima 4 and Ultimate Wizard. Unfortunately, I'll need to drop one of them from my list. Let's go to dropouts. Ultima 4, like any other installment in this series, just didn't do it for me. Dropping Thrust is a big sacrifice, no question about it. While we watch DerSchmu sweat this level out, why not hear a great Thrust remix? What? No collision? Well, you couldn't fit a sheet of paper there. What skill! Yep, he's played before. Okay, now he's got it. He's out in the clear. Well done. The best part of Rambo, I think, was the music. So there is that. And by the way, one should not be able to cut down trees with a survival knife. That's a bit unrealistic. Ace of Aces was an interesting game, combining flying and tactical bombing. However, this is the sound of me dropping it. Oh my goodness, how could the good people at Melbourne House mess this one up so bad? And now for the best games of '86 in random order, meaning I respect all 5 equally. Number 1. BMX Simulator. This excellent driving game was an absolute blast to play with a friend. So much action, so much fun. I think this might be the first game with an action replay function for the players to relive and re-experience those most exciting moments. A total blast. Number 2. Ultimate Wizard. I never saw or played Ultimate Wizard as a kid. I only came across this one when doing research for this video, and I'm glad I did. It feels like Jumpman, but it's better. You'll basically need first to get the key and then get to the keyhole. There are many game elements like ropes, slides, teleports, and even spells. Level design is exciting. Take a look at this one called Crispy Critters. You can only see the constructs for a few seconds and then lights are out. Well, I think DerSchmu is about to find the keyhole. Yep, nice one. Number 3. Leaderboard Golf. This very slow-moving game was surprisingly popular amongst my friends, although nobody played real golf. Graphics routines were slow, audio experience anemic at best. But somehow this game carried the essence of golf well enough to be interesting. Well, that's a nice pitching wedge there. Yeah, get up. Looks like a birdie to me. Number 4. Skate Rock. Skate Rock is a harmless game that makes you smile and hooks you in for more. You race against the clock and collect flags on the way. It's fun and it just works. Oh, there's a nice dance in the end. Number 5. Bounces. Now, Bounces is the one that dropped out thrust for me. It has very original idea. Knights attached to walls, competing with sword, tennis racket thingies, and you'll get points by knocking your opponent down or by scoring goals on opponent's side. And pray look at the graphics, very detailed for the time. All in all, interesting and nice game that invites you to play just one more game. In hindsight, 86 was surprisingly lame year. Many games felt a bit unpolished, perhaps rushed out to the market in the hopes of quick buck. I did come up with 5 good candidates, presented here, but it was much harder a task than on any previous year in this series. This is how I felt doing the research. If this triangle represents the heap of all games released in 85, then this golden gap would represent the best games. And this is how 86 would feel. The golden gap is getting smaller, with the pile of crap underneath getting larger. Does this mark the beginning of C64's decline? And will 87 be better? In our despair for 86, perhaps we can find some solace in Lord of the Rings. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost.